You do have Apple shares, but you are also, I believe, expressing some skepticism about this crowded market that Apple is diving into. I wonder what you think the metric for success is here. Apple's got around 50 million Apple Music subscribers. Is it a question of how long it takes them to get to that level in video?
No, I don't think so, John. Look, Apple's a terrific company. Services is already a $40 billion segment, which is bigger than DirecTV was when we sold it. So, I mean, they've got a terrific track record. They got a great A-list of creators of content, tons of cash reserves, and 1 billion phones, as Oprah pointed out. But this is a crowded space. Consumers don't have much more time. They're already spending 12.5 hours a day by most panels' estimates on media and tech and TV, if you combine it all together. And you've got a massive fragmentation going on of interest as well. I mean, the days of 104 million people watching the finale of MASH are over. I mean, I think Breaking Bad got 10 million viewers. So you've got a fragmented universe. You got a ton of competition. You got more coming. And that's before you even talk about the non-traditional competition, which I've been studying, which is really fascinating. Everything from YouTube to social media to, my favorite, OpenStudioNetwork.com, where I take jazz piano lessons. So, I mean, there's just a ton of options on the web for streaming.
So what's the game for them? Because YouTube seems to be moving away from the subscription model, maybe banking more on their advertising legacy. For Apple, what does success mean? It can't be just a matter of, hey, we're big and we've got a bunch of users, so why not?
Well, I think, look, I think they clearly understand they need to have really high-quality content. I mean, I think Cook said it well. We were going to be customer-centric and we're going to have high-quality content. When you're talking about Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg and others, you're starting with very high-quality producers. But let's be honest, not everybody hits a home run every time out of the box. So, I think that's one. I think the second thing that, they haven't yet talked about, and I would presume they're looking at, is ways to cross-promote hardware and whatever content play they may do. So whether it's upgrades or whatever, there's lots of plays that you can make within the huge business Apple already is. And, when you ask about how big, look, they're looking at it globally. And I think that's the way you have to look at it, just as Netflix looks at the universe.
Michael, given the fact that it is such a crowded field right now and we didn't get these details yesterday, what would you expect pricing to look like? And do you think the real upside here is going to be a bigger, broader bundle in terms of the entire services universe for Apple?
Well, everybody's trying to offer bundles. You've got streaming bundles now all over the place. So, they may. I mean, as an investor, I don't think they'll make money doing it. I think the interesting piece to your question, I would presume, it's not a huge range. It's either $5, $7.50, or $7.99, or $10, or somewhere in that range. Depending on what. If you're just talking about, your own original content, I presume that they couldn't price at the same level that Netflix is at because they don't have enough, they don't have a broad enough portfolio of content.
Indeed. So final thought from you on this. Is this a significant business for Apple, or is it more of an enhancement to everything else it's doing?
Well, I think with what we've heard so far, it's an enhancement. I mean, I think it's an incredibly crowded space. And for everybody, it's difficult to make money. I mean, Hulu loses $1.5 billion a year. Netflix is negative $2 to $3 billion in cash flow, even though they're profitable. It's a tough space. Spotify doesn't make money, so as an investor, it'll be tough to make money at it. But with their installed base and their relationships and the size of their cash reserves, and I'd say their core capability and innovation, user interface, there's no doubt in my mind I'd never underestimate what Apple might be able to do.